Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out. All right, so we're going to reset. You're checking out Weekend at Gabe's with Weekend Gabe and The Real Sam Crane. Don't forget to give us a follow on all these social media platforms on the bottom of your screen at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and at The Real Sam Crane. Joining us now for our Thursday Thunnies, it is an absolute pleasure to introduce the man, the myth, the former Navy cadet legend. I don't even know what his stature in the Navy is, but I'm pretty sure it's huge. But anyways, Make the World Laugh, a.k.a. Rob Mayfield, joins us now on Weekend at Gabe's. Good evening, sir.
What up? What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me.
I appreciate you waiting because we went a little bit overtime with Boo Man, but I appreciate you.
No. Like Boo Man is an interesting dude. Like I came in the middle, but like I'm interested to follow that cat and see what he got going on because that was from what I just watched. That was a dope interview.
We'll send you the link to the album so you can fuck with it because it's
absolutely because I was engaged in the whole interview. Like he seems like a really cool cat. So. No apologies, man. I was all in on the interview.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate that. Well, appreciate you giving us your time as always. I came across your through a referral because we're looking for comedians to come on for our Thursday Thunnies. It's been a long time since we had anything to really laugh at besides our own lame jokes.
It's been a long time since we've done a Thursday Thunnies, and I'm starting to think that is because it's called Thursday Thunnies. You know what I mean?
It's been a really long time. So I mean, just like quickly, like I've been mentioning that you were in the naval service for, was it 14 years or 12 years?
14
years. You had this viral moment that blasted off the idea that you can do comedy full time. Tell us the story of that moment and what it meant for you.
The viral moment?
Yeah, the moment.
Man, I bet. So I'm 14 years in, and my favorite TV show at the time is Power, the original Power that's on Stars. That's produced by 50 Cent. People who don't watch Stars don't watch Power, but it's a very dope crime action show called Power. And what happened that day was I was on my way to work, still in the Navy. I was on my way to work, and I was on the phone with one of my close friends. And I hadn't watched the previous episode, so she told me what was going on in the episode. I'm like, it don't matter, I'm gonna watch it anyway. And so when I watched it, I did a reaction video in my car. And so I did a reaction video. It's still posted on the creator of Power, Courtney Kemp. It's still on her page to this day. 50 Cent being 50, he had it on his page for a minute, but then he took it down. But anyway, I did a reaction video in my car, and people who are fans of the show, it was a character named Julio. He was a background character, but he was a real street dude. Like he was a ride or die dude, and he went out like a G. Like he just didn't get snuffed or headshot. Like he went out like literally fighting. And I feel like if he didn't get his Achilles cut, he'd still be alive. So anyway, when he died, I did.
Spoilers for the show Power, by the way, if you haven't watched it yet.
Right. I mean, if you ain't watched it by now, you're like years late because they have like 5 different spinoffs coming off now. So like if you ain't watched the original, you like years late. But yeah, so when he died, I did this like over the top, exaggerated like cry in my car, like I'm like slobbing and like crying. I'm like, oh! I'm like Julio. So I posted it, just being funny. I posted it, and like I ain't think nothing of it. I just posted it or whatever. And then the next day, a friend of mine, while I was at work, she messaged me like, "Yo, J.R. Ramirez reposted you." I'm like, who? She like, J.R. Ramirez. I'm like, who? She like, the dude that played Julio on Power. I'm like, oh, word? I'm like, oh, word? Like, because I never knew his name. He was just Julio to me. So She's like, he reposted you. I'm like, yo, quit playing. She like, yo, check your phone. So I checked my phone. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Ooh. So everybody at work, They like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, I got reposted by the actor, blah, blah, blah. They like, bet. So it was a small little buzz then. Then the next day, 50 Cent had reposted it on his page, and that's when my phone went crazy. Like, my cousins are calling me, my friends are texting me. They like, yo, you on your phone? They like, hey, nigga, check your phone. I'm like, what? They like, yo, check your phone, bro. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, did somebody die or something? I'm like, yo, what is happening? They like, yo, just said. So when I checked my phone, like, my video was going crazy on like all power, you know, fan forums and platforms, and you know, all the actors, man, like all the actors were like commenting and reposting it. So I was like, yo, this is a dope moment. Like, mind you, I was at this point, I had just hopped off like the Vine wave because I canceled my Vine at the right time, because not too long after I stopped doing Vine shut down. So at this point, I was already making like funny videos for Instagram and my Facebook.
RIP to Vine one time. That's
RIP to Vine one time, because that was a platform for a lot of people. So so I was already making like funny videos at that time. So at that point, that video was the one. And like people was telling me, like, my home, like, mind you, I'm in the Navy, I'm under contract. Like, I have people in the Navy like, yo, bro, you should just get out today and like go up. I'm like, I don't think it work. I'm like, I don't think it work like that. They like, yo, nigga, you shouldn't even come to work tomorrow. I'm like, yo, you can't. This not a regular job. You just can't call in sick like this. Like, you have a legit reason. They're not gonna let me out work because I went viral. Like, they're gonna be like, oh, that's dope, but yeah, you definitely better get your ass back to work.
People don't know how AWOL works, apparently.
Man, right? Like, I had people telling me like, yo, you should quit, and like, yo, I wouldn't come to work, and like, yo, like, it was a feel good moment, because like the text I was receiving from like people, like one of my close friends, she was like, yo, I'm at Disney World with my brother, he watching your video, and I told him like, yeah, that's my friend. He like, nah, nigga, you don't know him, blah blah blah. I'm like, it was crazy. Like, it was the craziest week ever. Like, I was out with my family at like, where's we at? I think we was at like TGI Fridays, and like I can see people, I hear my voice in the background on other people's phone. Like, it was wild.
That's gotta be the weirdest sensation like in the world. So
it's
like
weird, bro.
Be busting down a barbecue burger and then turn around. It's like it's me talking behind me.
Right, and it's even weirder because the reaction, like I said, is me fake crying. So all I hear is my voice in the background while people eating like, oh, so it was crazy. It was crazy. It was like the dopest week or 2 weeks ever, and like it helped me gain like a following, not like a big following like I thought it would. But it definitely boosted and gave me the more motivation to transition over to stand-up comedy.
Word.
Because after that video, people was asking me like, yo, do you do stand-up? Do you do stand-up? And I was ducking it like, nah, I don't do stand-up. I just do these videos. Like, I don't know how to write jokes. But my little sister, she lives in California. Shout out to my little sister Ashley. She lives in California. She was like, yo, just do an open mic one time. And so while I was stationed in Texas, I went and did an open mic. It was like the most nervous 5 minutes. 5 minutes is so long. When you
it's a long time. Yeah, especially when you've never done stand-up before. That is, woo.
Like, and I still have that video somewhere of my very first 5 minutes on stage. Like, I'm super stiff. I don't have none of this. I'm baby faced. I'm wearing glasses. I'm like looking at my feet. I'm just like standing there. Like, I wasn't even going by Rob MakeDaWorldLaugh either. I was like, hi, my name's Robert J. And like, it was real whack, yo. Like, I was like, use my first name and my middle initial, and it got some laughs. But, you know, the guy that recorded it was like, yo, the stuff you have is pretty funny. You should keep going. Because the open mic I went to at that time, it was catered to musicians. So like everybody had like real talent. Like you had people up there that was like playing acoustic guitar and like they had like garage bands. They rocking out to all this dope music. And I get up there like, hi, I got some jokes. It was crazy.
And then how did you end up getting connected up with Laugh Factory in Chicago after
that? Okay. So all right, big fast forward. I just worked on comedy while I was in Texas for that year. So after a year of me just going to the Mesquite Comedy Club in Corpus Christi, Texas, shout out to those people because they were like a family because we was in there every Tuesday working on our skills. So once I got real comfortable and got good at it, you know, I got paid. My first paid show was like in October 2018. And my goal, once I realized like, okay, I can do this, I was like, you know what? I'm finna get out the neighborhood. I'm actually finna quit legitly this time. I'm gonna quit the right way this time. And I'm gonna pursue comedy. And that was my goal. I was like, when I move back home to Chicago, I'm gonna hit the ground running and hit all these open mic spots around the downtown Chicago area. I mean, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Indiana, which is up the street. So I just did all these open mics, and I just got stronger. And like once I got to where I am now, people just started hitting me up like, yo, can you come do this show? Come do this show. So I got hooked up with the Laugh Factory by the first time was by my comedy bro, OJ Lamont. Shout out to OJ Lamont. Very funny dude. Dope host. He does a show called the Sneakerhead Show at the Laugh Factory. And so just being around him and being in the circles that we in or whatever, he saw that, you know, I could, you know, I got a strong 5 minutes, got a strong 10 minutes, I got a strong 15 minutes. I got a decent 20 minutes. So just being in the same circles, he was like, man, I'm gonna put you on a guest spot. And I was so geeked because I like the year before, I was like, man, I had that TV after school special moment. Like one day I'm gonna make it there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I remember the year before I was standing outside the Laugh Factory and I took a picture. I was like, one day I'm gonna show everybody. And so, you know, full circle, you know, OJ Lamont put me on the Sneakerhead Show. And then after that, I got put on there again by my comedy brother, Dario Durham. If y'all don't know who Dario Durham is, Dario does a lot for Chicago comedy, but he does a lot for Chicago, period. Like he is like a media entrepreneur. Like his nickname is the Logo. His nickname is the Logo because he does so much, not just for comedy. He like was giving kids backpacks for school, like back when the pandemic was, you know, like dying down or whatever. Like he was doing a lot. So he put me on they Good Vibes show that they do, and that's how I got plugged with the Laugh Factory now. And he has his own production team called the Be Positive production. So
right.
Get into them with Be Positive because they have an internet radio station. They do a bunch of shows at the Laugh Factory and my buddies. So I'm like officially part of the Be Positive team now. Me and my homeboy Chad Roby, because he passed the baton. Dario passed the baton to me and Chad to host his Saturday Night Light show at this bar where he started out at called My Buddies. And My Buddies is a very good place. It's a very free form, open environment. Like I love performing there. I got a good rapport with the manager, Brian. And so now this Saturday, quick plug, this Saturday, me and Chad Rowe will be hosting the show with some of Chicago's dopest comedians.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Is there, and I think I've heard you talk about this, Rob, and what is the difference between, because like Laugh Factory is predominantly like a white crowd, and on the South Side, it's predominantly black, brown. Well, what, like, how do you approach those different types of audiences? Do you have like certain jokes?
Yeah, I got jokes for both. So what it is, since I started off in Corpus Christi, Texas, that's all Mexicans. That's home of Selena. you know, black people was at that time when I was down there, black people was 3% of the population. That's no bullshit. So I had to learn how, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to come up with jokes for a diverse crowd. Because out in Corpus, it was all Mexican and white people. So I was like, I need to hit these jokes, get jokes, or find stuff that's relatable to them to, you know what I'm saying? Just find stuff that's relatable. So that's why I can do, you know, jokes on the north side at the Laugh Factory and come back down to the south side and do jokes. You just pay attention to the city, pay attention to the crowd. You know, I make fun of myself. Like if I feel like I'm the only black guy in the room, like I'll say that. I'll get on stage and it's like, all right, I'm gonna give everybody, if it's an all white crowd, I'll get up there like, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all good? I'm gonna give y'all eyes a chance to adjust to the color transition. You know what I'm saying? So
that's actually good. I like that one.
Right. So I'm saying this is the stuff I do on stage when I see it's the crowd like that. Or I get up there and be like, well, you know, one of these things is not like the other. So you know what I'm saying? So I just make fun of myself, and then certain situations that I've been in where I've been the only, you know, black person or brown person at that venue. Like if me and I see in the crowd only one other like brown or black person, I'll point them out like, hey bro, we made it. Like, you want to start a parade or something? Like, yo, it's only us. So like you just gotta, you know, you gotta make fun of yourself. You gotta play on what's going on around you. And, you know, it keeps you sharp. It keeps you versatile. And that's why you can play both rooms.
I seen you mentioned you were located out in Hammond. And I seen you for your job on your Instagram, driving around and being disrespectful towards Gary, Indiana. And you know what? I'm with you, because Gary, Indiana is actually the worst place on earth. And I think that's true.
It's like it is, bro. All right, so I live in Hammond, Indiana. It is, bro, because like, all right, so I'm a transportation driver at a hospital that covers East Chicago, Indiana, Gary, Griffith, and Whiting, and of course Hammond. So I'm driving around all these areas, picking people up, dropping off all day, and like I wouldn't have a problem with Gary if the people wasn't so disrespectful towards my city. Like, I love Chicago, and they be like, oh, it's so violent. Like, I'm glad I live in Gary. I'm like, bitch, I just picked you up from a house where your address was wrote in magic marker. Like, like, this is a real story. Like, I picked this lady up, like, somebody drew her address in marker on this. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, at least we got shit in Chicago. You can actually have fun downtown. Like, y'all don't even have work. Like, half of y'all city don't even work. Like, it doesn't have any working lights or anything. Like, it's a bunch of abandoned crack houses that's burnt down. Like,
I think that's, you know, Gary, Indiana is America's version of like when you turn on a light and then just nothing happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you cut the light switch on and then nothing happens. You're like, fuck, I guess I'm home now. You know what I mean? Like,
man, like, I use Gary as an opening joke because, like, I tell people, like, I've done 14 years in the Navy. I actually been to Iraq. The scariest shit I've done is drive through Gary, Indiana. Like, for real, that's the scariest shit. Like, if you get lost in Gary, they don't have no lights. Like, they barely have like signs to where like names of blocks. It's like, if you get lost in Gary, you couldn't even tell nobody where to come pick you up. Like, yeah, fam, I'm next to this burnt down crack house. Your friend gonna be like, yeah, fam, which one? And then you're gonna be lost.
no, man. I heard this is maybe anecdotal, but I heard somebody say that like they pulled up to a gas station in Gary, Indiana, and it was just like an old white lady just smoking cigarettes, pumping gas.
Yeah,
like
you'll just see the crazy. Like, first of all, Gary police station got an out of order sign on it. Let's just start there. Like, they fucking horrible. Like, it's so much shit. Like, you'll see random stuff in Gary, and then you have like I picked up this one dude. He made Gary seem so magnificent because that one particular block he stays on, like his street, got grass. So he like, oh, Gary is the shit. I'm like, come on, man, because you got grass over there. You making it seem like, what about the rest? Your street is nice, yes, but don't act like this whole neighborhood is no. I hit like 12 potholes trying to get to you.
Oh my God. Rob, before we let you go, I want to get your take on some news items we talked about at the top of the show that I think you might find quite humorous. OnlyFans is announcing that they are taking porn off their platform effective October 1st. What does that mean for OnlyFans without porn?
First of all, they ruining all my beat off sessions. Like I have nothing left. If you take away my OnlyFans, like you are ruining my life. Like it's horrible, yo. It's horrible. I think it's a bad decision because I guarantee you they made a lot of money off OnlyFans because a lot of people jumped on it like, oh, we can have sex on this and make money. I'm like, oh God, and then y'all want to cancel it? I just don't think it's a good idea. And low key, this might be some pervert stuff, but like that one girl you had a crush on, or you could low key like, you could just log on her OnlyFans because the shit be like $5 and just watch her. Like, yo, fulfill your fantasy, fam. You OnlyFans taking off sexual. I'm just saying, taking sexual content off OnlyFans is ruining people's fantasies and dreams. That's my take on it. Like,
you heard it. Hey, you heard it here first.
I don't like it.
It's a Weekend at Gabe's exclusive. OnlyFans, don't do it. Don't do it. It's for the people.
Don't do it, man. It's helping, you know, nerds and geeks and preverts like myself live out fantasies of people they would never get with. So, and they just ruining it. It's just ruining it. They're ruining it.
Rob, tell people again on Saturday where they can find you over at was it Saturday night?
Man, real quick plug. This is my merch. This is the Make the World Laugh t-shirts. I got these.
How do I get one of those?
Oh, just man, look, you don't have to go through none of the process. All you gotta do is hit me up like, yo, I want this color, this side, and just send me an address and I'll send you a shirt. As simple as that. Like I know people be skeptical of weirdos and stuff, so I just like send me a location. If you live in a fucking rainforest and the rainforest has a PO box, I'll send it there. So,
but what if I live in Gary, Indiana, and you send it to the wrong crack house because it looks just like the one that I was in front of?
Then I will personally hand you your. I can say, hey, we can meet up at a safe place, and I'll personally
a location, a Starbucks.
Yeah, I'll personally hand you your shirt. But yeah, the basic colors I'm doing is blue, black, and white, and then I'll do like different colors upon request. The shirts are $20. If you live out of state or whatever, I charge $27 for the shipping. And you know, my homeboy from the Navy, Rob Suarez, he did the new logo. It's pretty dope. But Saturday you can catch me at My Buddies. That's My Buddies, 4416 North Clark Street, downtown Chicago. It's a very dope venue. It's a very dope show. Me and my comedy brother Chad Roby will be hosting together. We got a dope lineup of Chicago's funniest comedians. We got Lero the comedian, Jennifer Madden, Jordan Gamby, Mo Good, and the very funny Tara Terry. Tara Terry was actually mentored by the late great Bernie Mac. So she's she's very funny. So me and Chad Roby again will be at My Buddies this Saturday, August 21st. Show start at 7:00, and we downtown, so it would be no CP time over there. We are starting this show on time
at 7 p.m. Yeah, all right.
We start on time. Because of the venue and because it's other shows that go on after our comedy show. So they do like karaoke nights. They do drag queen shows. They do a lot of shows after, you know, our comedy shows. So if you want to stick around for the karaoke or the drag queen show or whatever show they have to that, it's a dope vibe. Brian, the manager, is a real wholesome, loving guy, man. He embraced me with open arms the moment I stepped in my buddies and was doing comedy in there. So if y'all ain't got nothing to do, you can find the link on Eventbrite. I'm sorry. Go to eventbrite.com. Go to SNL Saturday Night Lights, and the ticket's only $10. It's only $10. Come see your friends, your family, some of today's dopest comedians. They gave us, me and Chad, full creativity of the show, so we ain't no telling what we're gonna come up with come Saturday.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Rob. Make the World Laugh, joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Go check him out on Saturday at My Buddies.
Oh, one quick plug. You can check me out on Make the World Laugh at Instagram. It's MakeDA World Laugh, not THE, because it was another guy that was using it. He trash. He not funny. So, so I had to switch it up and take the THE out and put the DA. Shout out to my homeboy Lathan Monaghan, because he actually came up with the name and the Facebook page for me to have this platform. So it's Make the World Laugh, all one word, MakeDA World Laugh, on my Instagram and my Facebook and my Snapchat, all my social media. Now on Twitch, it's Make the World Laugh 428. And I greatly appreciate y'all for having me and reaching out to me. This was dope. This is really dope.
Yeah, man. Cool. Hopefully we can get some more. We got to call it something else. It can't be fucking Thursday Thunnies anymore, man. It's fucking awful.
Rob, if you want to spread this idea amongst your friends and you guys generate a better segment title, we will be gladly accepting that. So.
No problem, man. I'm definitely gonna share this. I'm definitely gonna tell my friends about you guys, because this is actually a dope platform, man. I appreciate what y'all doing. This is amazing.
Thank you, man.
Oh man, we appreciate it. We appreciate the compliment. We try to do as good work as we can, just like you out there spreading laugh and joy. We try to reflect that on the show as well. So we're so happy that you're able to give us your time. Thanks for being patient with us. All right, thank you so much. We hope to have you back soon.
Pete, man, I would love to come back. Peace, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep going.
Might catch you on Saturday night too.
Oh. Everybody's welcome, man.
It's down the street from the crib. Why not? I got to convince the lady.
Man, come through. We aim to please, man. You gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. We not playing no games up there. We gonna go crazy at this show.
Bet that.
Sounds good. Rob, Make the World Laugh, is joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Have a good night. Thank you again.
Peace.
And how funny is it that we had two guests who also had the same name? Someone else had their name, and that's
what we do here on Weekend at Gabe's. People don't understand that each episode comes with its own theme, and this week's theme was definitely people who have the same names as other people. So yeah, man. No, incredible show. This is one of the first nights that I'm really excited to spend the next hour of my life editing all this video. But it was fantastic. Shout out to Booman. Shout out to Make the World Laugh. You can follow them both on Instagram, Booman Forever and Make the World Laugh, one word, on IG, man.
We just had a great week. Abstract Mind State joined us on Tuesday, so if you missed that interview, go check it out.
Best interview yet, honestly. Abstract Mind State, Jesus Christ,
it was absolutely phenomenal. We also received a great compliment from them as well, saying that our interview was the most different of all the press they've done, in a good way. So that's just like, and I appreciate all the. We'll get that out to you, Rob, tomorrow. So we got you. Yep. But just like that great feedback from Booman and from Rob, just like the work that we're doing, that's just gives us more fuel to go harder. So we appreciate those kind words, and we will accept them with much modesty.
And you know what else we're gonna do, Gabe? What tell the people what else we're gonna do?
I don't know.
We got to do the three.
Oh, okay. Wait, hang on. So next week we are going to feature some of our favorite DJs. We're gonna have them come on as guests. We are not going to
DJ Week. It's DJ Week,
yeah.
and it's all top secret because we have very famous DJ friends. So if you have DJ friends, they probably not that cool, but us, we have very cool DJ friends.
Exactly. I got to. I forgot. No disrespect to my son because he put together a nice little bed for us. So I'm gonna, as we rock out next Tuesday, we'll be back at it here on Weekend at Games. Don't forget to share, support. Share, support, and show love. And also follow us on all social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Games, at The Real Sam Crane, because your timeline will be that much better by 40% because
that's Science America.
And we follow science, and so follow us. Have a great night here on Weekend at Games. Be safe. We'll do it again next Tuesday right here on Twitch.
Peace.
Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.